Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Bangkok, and we're going to take a look at that right there. That is the Golden Mount, or Wat Sakae as the Thais call it. This is a really historic temple. It dates back to the Ayutthaya era, when Bangkok was just a fortification on the mouth of the Chao Phraya River. Whenever Rama I established the capital over here, they renovated it. It became a really important temple because it was on the mouth of one of the canals here. It also is really famous for the cremations. They had a cholera epidemic that killed a lot of people, and so they had the bodies out here. And there's a lot of stories about like ghosts and the crows and everything, because there was too many bodies to dispose of, to take care of, so they stacked up out here and then the crows would eat on them. And so there's a story about that with the ghosts with the Thais. Anyway, let's walk through here. We'll look at some of the halls, and then we'll climb up the steps and we'll look at the Chedi up on the hill, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Yeah, so that's the Chedi up there. And they just recently renovated it. They've been doing a lot of renovations here at this temple and a lot of the other temples here in Bangkok. Now, most people skip this. They don't know much about it, but there's a really cool Buddha image that was brought in from Phou that's right here. Most people just know to go up there to the top of the Golden Mount for the views and everything, but there's a lot more at this temple to see. Yeah, so this is a royal temple. I think it's a second-class royal temple. So there's extra monies from the royal family to take care of the upkeep. All right, let's go in here and we'll see this really cool image. That's a Sukhothai era image that was brought in from Phou. Yeah, so this image is 10.5 meters tall. It's really, really cool. So it's plaster, and then they gilded it. And it was moved from Phou by King Rama I. He was one that tried to build a bigger Chedi on this mountain. This is one of the significant events. This was originally back, I think it was built under the King Rama I, under his reign. And at one time it was even down at Sitamarat, down in the south. So this Buddha has made its way around. And then there's another little bit to this hall right behind here. You can see the doors here. Really cool. And then they have an image sitting right behind here. So this hall here, this Wihan, has two different rooms. So it has this image, which this is the normal posture that you see. That standing image is quite a bit different than you normally see. Yeah, they call this image here the Luang Po Dusit. And this was moved over here by King Chulalongkorn, Rama V. And this was in the Dusit Palace originally. And then there's several other little images and stuff like that all around here. Okay, let's go look over. We'll look at the cloister and the other the ubasot over here, and then we'll go up to the top of the Temple Mount. Yeah, how cool is that? And it's in this massive hall. Oh, it's really, really nice. Yeah, that's a fantastic hall. You can see over here, got some of the Chedis and stuff like that. They've built this up. The Chedis the level of the ground was a little bit different back in the old days. They were lower. Now the asphalt and everything has been built up here. All right, so this is the little cloister. We'll be able to see some of the Buddha images, and then we'll take a look at this other hall over here. Now this is open from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. So this is what they call the cloister, which is the gallery. So there will be Buddha images, or sometimes there'll be murals. Everything else will be all arranged around here. It'll be covered, and then it'll have an open courtyard. And the Thais, different ceremonies, they'll sometimes go around this 3 times, doing their little ceremonies and doing their prayers. Check that out. So you have the Garuda, and then the figure, I think that's Vishnu up on his shoulders, and you have all the angels. And this is the ubasot, which is the ordination hall. And these are the Buasima stones. Check out how cool these look though. Yeah, this is quite beautiful here. I like how it's got like the little dome, and then it goes up to the little finale. So this is a royal temple. You can see it has a double row of these Buasima stones. That means it's been consecrated twice. Yeah, you can see the little courtyard. Okay, so let's take off our shoes and we'll pop our head in this ubasot. And you can see it has all the normal styling that you see over the doors. All the little mythical birds and the naga. And they raise up the threshold here. That's to keep the ghosts out. The Thais believe that there's ghosts, and they run around and they can't climb stairs, so they hit the stairs and they just skirt around the building, and it keeps all the bad luck and the evil out of it. And this is the Buddha image that's in here. Now this is the ordination hall, so the monks will do their chanting ceremonies in here, and they have this little elevated platform here that's for the monks. And then check out all the murals that are painted in here. The roof that's decorated up with all that floral pattern. And any of the new monks during the time when the monks are ordained, all the novice monks are ordained in this hall. And you can see here, that's the goddess of the earth that's flooding the world, and all the monsters that are all fighting and people and everything. That's a pretty common scene. And then the others are the scenes of the life of the Buddha and stuff like that. And they have all the angels up there. Oh, this is a really beautiful hall here. You can see the paintings that they do. Yeah, you'll see some really amazing artwork in a lot of these halls. And I've seen the guys sitting here painting these whenever they've painted them new or refurbished these halls, and they're very, very skilled. They also hand paint these. This is black and gold lacquer on those window shutters. Sometimes they carve them. These here, they painted them on this one. And then they painted the inside also, so whenever these are closed, you can see another figure. And you can see how cool this is. This is all the pedestal that's sitting on. It has those little pieces of glass in it. And then the Buddha image up there. Yeah, this one's quite beautiful. And then it has a really cool scene back behind. Sometimes it'll be the Buddha with the Bodhi tree. This one here has the scenes of the hell, it looks like here, and various other things. This guy's over here giving a little class on it. Yeah, so this is that hall we were just in. Yeah, this is really, really nice. And then there's the Wehan we were in first, and then the Golden Mount that's up there. That's where we'll go next. All right, so now off to the Golden Mount. Now there's a bunch of stuff around the Golden Mount, also the Lucky Buddha, the Black Buddha, and then they have a bunch of different little halls all around here also. And then one that they're building right there. There's a lot to this temple. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Yeah, they tried to make the Chedi under Rama III. They tried to make it look like the one at Phu Khao Thong in Ayutthaya, and it would collapse down. This was a really kind of a marshy area. The soil was not stable, so it would collapse, and they really had issues with getting it built. Yeah, you can see all the other buildings here. There's a bell tower over there, and then they have this hall right here that was just renovated pretty recently that has a image of one of the famous monks here. Yeah, in here. This is a famous monk here at this temple. And then this is the bell tower. Yeah, it's really nice. There's a lot of European styling in this temple. That would be from the Rama IV, Rama V days whenever they were involved in this temple. Oh, that first Wehan we looked at is massive with that standing image. All right, let's stick our heads in here. Yeah, so this is quite beautiful. This was just renovated a few years back. I've never been able to see inside of here. But that's the famous monk that was probably the head abbot here at this temple. And the Thais will pray to him also. And they have a statue here of, I think that's Rama IX actually. And it's right here. There's a little motion sensor, so when you sit here, he starts praying. Then over here, what this is a library. So this will have the Buddha teachings inside of here. And they've dressed it up pretty nice. Check out the buffalo that's out here. This will have the little scripts inside of a special thing. And this is from the Rama I period. And they have the gate closed off so we can't stick our heads in there. Oh, it's a really nice building. That's right over here by the entry. And that's the Chedi. So the hill is 80 meters tall. It's artificial. And there's 344 steps to get up to the top. So they have a little artificial cave here that they've built. And then right over here's the ticket booth. It's 100 baht to go up now. It was 20 baht last time I was over here. But what I was talking about at the start of the video is this is the vultures of Wat Saket. They have an old picture. So they had the vultures that were eating the bodies. And then this was the plan of the chetties. So you could see the differences, and it ended up being that gold one that was built or completed under the reign of King Rama I. And this is the way up right here. All right, so let's go up here. So when you're climbing up here, you can see different parts of the chetties and everything that's collapsed down, and see the different parts of it that was rebuilt at different times. And you see the little water fountains and everything. Yeah, this is a popular place for people to come over during Loi Krathong. They have huge processions that go up to the top. And they also do a fair here at this temple, right around Loi Krathong. And I went to that. That was the last time I've been here at this temple. And here is the first level. Humongous gong, so people come over here and clank that 3 times. And then they have some of the wood that's on the gable of the front of the building up there. Yeah, really cool. So the Thais will ring these bells and they'll go up to it during that ceremony. I need to do that one of these years. It looks pretty fun. Bun wants to ring the gong. The gong's bigger than she is. Okay, so let's go up the next set of stairs. Yeah, so when you come here, best to come early in the morning if you want to dodge the heat. Today's kind of overcast. It's not too bad today, though. Yeah, so they've reinforced this hill with concrete to keep it from sloughing off. They dredged the canals and everything, and they used that sediment from there to build this artificial hill. All right, so we're almost up to the top now. You got some more bells. And then check out the city that opens up here. That was where we started the video, was in those halls. And you can see the skyline of Bangkok. Now, in the old days, this was the tallest point in Bangkok. And they would use it for navigation for the people on the river and canals and everything. They could see it and they knew exactly where they were. Okay, last set of stairs. All right, so we're up here at the top. They say do not take off your shoes to go in here. And so we got a young monk doing the blessing here. There's so many little bells and chimes are ringing. And the Thais are over here praying to the replica of the Golden Mount. And this is the reason for this whole chetty up here, is this has the relic in it. So they think it might be like a bone or a tooth fragment from the Buddha, either brought in from India or Sri Lanka. They're not exactly sure where it came from. It's kind of an interesting little building that just kind of circles around the relic, so people can pray at it from all 4 of the cardinal directions. We got vending machines and stuff here, so if you're thirsty, which it does get a little warm climbing all those stairs. Okay, let's go up onto the very top now. Okay, one little set of stairs right up to here. So it says watch your head. And then here we are up on the top. Now it's super, super windy up here. Oh, the chetty is fantastic. Yeah, so the better part of the last 2 years, they were renovating it, and they're all finished now. And everybody comes up here for the 360-degree views of the city. Now, it's hard to imagine, but this at one point was the tallest point in Bangkok. Now there's humongous buildings all around. I mean, you have the tallest building over there, the King Power Tower. That's the tallest building in Bangkok. And people, they come up here and they'll circle this chetty 3 times. You can make donations to the temple for the Buddhist robes and all of that. You can see how windy it is. And then over this way, I believe, is the river. Yeah, over there is the Rama VIII bridge. The Chao Phraya is over there. And that's a really cool temple. I've been to it also. Looks like they're renovating one of the halls there. And then this is the old island. You see a lot of the chetties sticking up. It's always fun to get up above. See the Turtle Mountain Temple over there. That's Wat Sakae. That's a royal temple right there. And then there's Democracy Monument right there in front of us. But that's just right up here, so you get a great view of it while you're looking at this chetty. Then they have stuff like this over here that's a little shrine. You can see like the little crystal that's in there, so it'll have an important relic. Yeah, really cool. It's just hard to imagine how big this city is. You forget about it when you're here until you get up in places like this and you can just see all the buildings and all the development. And one last look here. Yeah, really, really spectacular. And this whole area is really cool. If you go over here, you can see just a little bit of the old city wall. So that would have been the island that Bangkok was originally whenever Rama I moved the capital from the other side of the river. And there's a little bit more of the wall over there by the Democracy Monument. And then there's a couple forts and stuff still around. All right, so let's go down now. Down these little windy stairs. All right, so now do the 344 stairs in reverse. Yeah, so this is the little data plate here. They talk about Rama III building it and all this artificial mound over here. And then they got some of the little vultures over here from whenever they had the cholera epidemic. And you can go down here and see the Black Buddha, the Lucky Buddha, the Fortune Buddha, all of that. And those are housed in like these little wehans here. Yeah, it's really a pretty little climb up there with all these little pools with fish and everything in it. Yeah, you can see the brick and mortar where they reinforced the hill. Kind of interesting though that it collapsed several times while they were building it. Yeah, it's really cool. You can see how the roots have intertwined here all through. Okay, so we're back down right here on down to the parking lot. Yeah, you can see more of how it was constructed here. And then the chetty that we were way up there. Yeah, really cool. And all down through here, they have souvenir shops, coffee shops, and then you can see the Lucky Buddha and the Black Buddha and all of that. But we're not going to look at those today. They're in these little halls like this right here. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at the Golden Mount. This is a royal temple, so it does have patronage by the royal family. So it does get a little bit of extra money from the king, so they can renovate it and keep it up in a top-notch shape like you see. It's really quite cool. It's also one of the 9 sacred temples that people come over to and they go to. Try to visit them all in a single day if possible. 9 is a lucky number for the Thai. So they see the 9 sacred temples and they go and they make merit at each one of them, and that will bring them prosperity in the new year. So that's why I came over here today, is to take a look at it. It's a place I've been to many times and I'll come to see again in the future. It's quite cool. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and you get to see more stuff like this. I go to temples and beaches and markets and all that. So if you like it, you're in the right spot. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you've been here or if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not an expert. I just tell you a little bit about what I know. So if you enjoy that, then definitely you are at the right place. And until next time, from over here in Bangkok, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.